the day. Why does Suisun City need to expand if it cannot adequately service the current city? Excellent question. My name is Michael Elm with the City Manager's Office, and this series is our FAQ series on expansion. So this is a question we do get a lot. Why is it beneficial for us to do this expansion? And then how is it going to benefit the current city residents right now that are experiencing lack in service? We understand this. So the fundamental problem with Suisun City right now is a fiscal issue. So we are under-resourced fiscally as well as understaffed because of it. The city over the last couple of years has developed a resiliency plan. It's kind of a three-pronged plan of how do we get ourselves out of this predicament and be able to provide city services that are at an industry level standard and not a substandard level. So the three-pronged approach, the first one was to pass Measure S, and our residents generously passed Measure S on our last ballot cycle. So that is now complete. The second focus was to identify areas where we could focus on infill development. So bringing more businesses and residential areas to Suisun City through the current boundaries of the city, as well as through opportunities with developers on city-owned land. So we are currently actually doing 15 infill development projects in the city right now, which is unprecedented for a city our size. It's very ambitious, but we are working on bringing more to the city that is currently inside its boundaries to help with that fiscal situation. The third avenue that was identified as a possible solution, as a three-pronged solution here, is to look into expansion, look into annexation of land to the east. We had an opportunity back many decades ago to annex the land to the west, which is now Budweiser and Jelly Belly. This would have given Suisun City high-paying jobs to its east, and as well as sort of diversifying the zoning that we currently have. So a problem with Suisun is that we actually lack industry. We lack high-paying jobs. 70% of our workforce that lives in the city is commuting outside the city in order to make a living wage. We see this as a problem, number one, because really work-life balance, if you're commuting 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour away from your family every single day just to put food on the table, it's not great. So we are looking at how do we bring high-paying home-buying jobs to Suisun City through a possible expansion out east. That, number one, helps our work-life balance for our residents, but then also it keeps sales tax within the city limits. So our folks that are commuting outside, they're having lunch or dinner outside of the city, they might be buying things outside of the city. We want to create opportunities for our residents to have the amenities and have the job opportunities to where they can stay local and shop local. And that actually does increase our sales tax revenues over time. So that is just another sort of benefit that if we annex land to the east with a new development, create new industry, high-paying jobs, more residents, we can increase property tax revenues, we can increase sales tax revenues, TOT, which would be hotel tax revenues, and overall increase the city coffers. So how does that benefit current city residents? Obviously, this is a 20 to 50 year plan, right? As a development would progress, what you would see is more money being able to be utilized through the city for all areas of the city, not just any new development. I know that is a concern, and so there is opportunity that city funding increases over time, therefore benefiting all residents over time. And these are just a few of the financial benefits. There's so many other benefits that the city can utilize and have access to in a project like this, but all of these things are being studied in the EIR process. All of that information is going forward and to be published in a draft EIR probably this summer or early fall. So all of those studies are being done right now to see if this is even viable. We're not going to do anything that's going to put the city at risk even more than it already is in the current financial situation that it is. So City Council is very mindful of this, city staff is very mindful of this, and ultimately we want to see what does it look like. All of these studies are going to come back as a part of this expansion process or exploration process and see if this is even going to be a viable project. So hopefully that information helps clear up some thoughts on how does this benefit the current city, the current boundaries, and feel free as always to Put your questions on expansion through our contact us page on SuisunExpansion.com. Thanks so much.